Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video on my reptiles. You never know if it's going to be a boa or it's going to be on a red tegu or a black and ivory tegu is what I like to call him, because he's not white. He has no white. It's more of a cream colored or tan, but ivory. But let me start this video off today by saying we're just going to do a general overview of what's going on here at my house. I don't have a big collection of animals, and I don't want a big collection of reptiles because I have a dog. It takes a lot of my time, and these two tegus take a lot of my time too. The boa doesn't take very much time, but I still like to give him the proper care. But let me just show you. I'm going to go make a simple video today. Just turn my camera around and go into my so-called reptile room. It's not impressive. It's not like all the other YouTube people's reptile rooms with 60 different reptiles in there. But I digress. But let me turn my camera around and we're going to go in there and we're going to look at some things that just have happened over the last few days. Okay, here we go. All right. Getting to business. So we're going to go in here in the room. And here is obviously my pen that I built, my current reptile enclosure for the tegus. It's the 4x8 or 8x4 cage that I have for both of my tegus. They may need to, as they get older, and I just don't know just yet, have another cage built to keep them in two separate cages. But right now, still, they seem to be doing pretty well together. I do separate them and give them their own time. But let's take just a closer look. And here's where I'm going to touch base. They're sleeping right now. But Mac is such a troublemaker. That's my black and ivory tegu. He's just, when he's awake, he's a 5-year-old child. And so unfortunately, he reached up and batted one of my mercury vapor bulbs that was like $35 a piece, and that one was right here. He reached up and while I was in here and just swatted it, and it smashed into this bulb right here, and it just cracked. And it was only maybe 2 weeks old, $35 down the drain. But he loves to jump up into his lights, bash them with his head, paw them. I mean, climb up, do aerial acrobatic maneuvers. It's just, and the thing is, people, my viewers might say, "Oh, why don't you just position the lights further away?" Well, these are all pretty high. That's 150 watt. See if you can see my hand. That's really a hot lamp. And the other one over there is 100 watt. And I just had to transition one of these UVB reptile lights in here. I think more UVB the better. But if these get any further away from the part that I'm trying to heat up, then my temperatures drop well down where they need to be. So any higher, I'd have to be buying 200, 300, 400 watt lights to put these another foot up higher, so that the tegu just absolutely cannot get to them. And I just can't mount a screen in here or anything to get those where the tegu can't get to them. Because the tegu, if I had screen in here and he had the ability to get on it, he would just, he'd be hanging upside down, walking and tearing his nails out of his feet. Who knows? But they're asleep right now. So that's unfortunate thing that happened to my mercury vapor bulb that was right here. He smashed it, and I came in here and I was like, "Man, you stupid lizard, don't do that." But Sassy is in here sleeping. That's my she's so much easier to keep. She's a double-edged sword. She's less maintenance but more temperamental. But so she's in here sleeping. Give you a look, and she builds up her entrance, which is unique for her, she takes all her substrate and pushes it, and it all ends up right here and blocks her entrance. Now, I've read that tegus do that to protect themselves when they're sleeping or hibernating. They'll block the entrance. But Mac doesn't do that. She collects all the material in her hide, and somehow, I haven't videoed it. I'd like to know how she pushes that and does such a good job. But she will collect all the dirt and push it towards the entrance. And I don't like it because I paid specific money to get some Zoom Ed or one of the flukers or one of the special bag of bedding for reptiles or different animals. And so that was like $12, and she pushes it out, and then it gets mixed in with all the other dirt. But I had that specifically in here for moisture holding and softness. But she takes it and she pushes it out and blocks her entrance. It's very, very humorous why she does that, and frustrating for me. But that's what she does in her hide. But there she is. And I will also tell you about Sassy. She, for the first time, bit me yesterday. I was putting her down. They stay up way too late. It's dark, and I try to get them to go to bed because they wake up and they stay up, and they stay up late and they sleep late. Like 3 p.m. and then they'll start getting up. But I turned her lights off, and there she's starting to come out. And she's very insect oriented. Sassy is growing like a weed now, but she still loves insects. So insects are smaller. But I made the mistake of just putting my finger in front of her, like this total stupidity. And I don't know what I was doing, but I made a move with my finger, and she took it as being food. And so not going to be able to see that. She reached out. She doesn't bite like Mac's big mouth where it can wrap around your hand or your finger. Sassy comes in and makes little bitty nips, real fast, precision nips. And so she didn't get the back of my finger because she didn't open her mouth wide. She just went in for a real fast nip, or like getting a mealworm or a giant worm off the ground, just enough to get that in her mouth. So that hurt, man. I'm overreacting because I'm real sensitive about my fingertips. If I was diabetic and I had to prick my fingers, I would be miserable. My fingers, my hands are everything. And so my fingertips are a little bit sensitive. It just nags me all day. So I overreacted, and she did it so fast I didn't even have time to react for it. But she gave me a little slice. Tegu's got more crunching teeth in the back, and more, a little bit more, cat-like up front. It hurt. It bled just a little bit. I cleaned it, and no big deal. But my fingertips a little sore today. That's something that happened because Sassy has never done that before. That's Sassy's in here, and there she is. She's poking her head out now. She's probably going to go back in to her hide. She's just like her name suggests. She's just prissy. Likes everything done her way. But Mac no longer, for the time being, sleeps at night in here. He just does not get happy. He's not happy. He's not settled. So I had to come in, and what I posted on just a post the other day, he's got to have his box. This is the only way he'll go to sleep at night and be happy. Got it in there. It's just a bunch of different foam padding, and he will burrow down to the bottom, and he stays happy, and he'll wake up about 4 and then be up till about 9:30 tonight. But I just tried to make it easier for him. I got a little ladder for him to get in there, and when he has a box, he'll go to sleep at like 7 p.m. when the sun starts going down. But if he doesn't have a place he's happy to sleep in, he'll stay up till 10 p.m. and he's just pacing back and forth. And so I want to make him happy, of course. And so he gets his own little dedicated box and needs me to lift him out, take him in and out of the cage, and so he can get into this box. Here's my little table. I got to have my drill out because I'm always repositioning lights, because of the Tegu, because Mac is destroying light, so that's my light. There I've got some extra bulbs, some extra heat bulbs that I bought. My spray bottle, oh, that is so essential. That's such a nice addition, and I got that from Home Depot. Hand pump, so really, really nice. Extra bulb. A poop container with a spoon for when the tegus go poopy or the snake goes poopy. Got some selection of super worms for basically Sassy. She just loves insects. And then I got my heat gun. You really need a heat gun to see that you're giving them the right warmth. And then a little brush that I use to brush different things, like, to clean off their pads and different things that get dirty. So I got to have a nice little brush, and that's an awesome brush. And then here's some of my mice that are now pets and cannot be eaten because they've gotten to know me, and they'll come up. They'll come up and they'll smell me, and they'll get in my hand sometimes, and so they come very, very sweet. But the mice are smelly. There's just no way around it. And I bought this bedding for them that's like $30 a bag. Very expensive, but it's gotta have it. So the mice are dark eyes. I started breeding this specific mice, and they have the dark eyes. They don't have pink eyes. And they're mostly brown and tan. And there's one of my mamas right there. Actually, there's Big Mama, or one of the babies. And let me show you. These babies came out and they don't have full tails. They'll let me rub them, but they only have like half a tail. And it's just that batch that came out. But there they have their wheel, and I have to clean this daily because they poop in it, and they run on this all the time. There's one of my little ones that comes up to see me. But just a bunch of wood and entertaining things in there. And they eat a lot and they poop a lot. Okay, enough about the mice. Lighting in here is dark, or it's kind of dim right now. This is my boa enclosure now in the closet. This used to be the Tegu. I have a couple of videos where the Tegus used to stay in here, and I had a whole enclosure built in here. So now it's cleaned out. Look at that. And now it's strictly for the boa, and I can keep the temperature in here between 80 and 90 really easy, and it stays that way. And then I've got a little heater down there, and the video quality is going to go down the tubes because it's darker in here. But I just have not a high-powered bulb. And he's got a little water dish over there in the back that adds hopefully some humidity, and it stays about 60 to 70% humidity in there. 99% of the time he stays in his hide, and his hide is right there. But I'm going to pull him out, so let me go ahead and do that. That's where he stays 99.9% of his life. At night he gets up and will roam around. I presume he's looking for food. But I feed him about, every 7 to 8 days. I can feed him 2 mice or 1 mice. I don't want to overstuff them because they are a more lean snake. They don't have a big body. But he's always so nice and so sweet. I don't know why I use the word sweet, but he's nice, and he doesn't get aggressive. He doesn't get upset, and he doesn't curl up and act like he wants to bite me, in that snake position. Always just very chill. It's like he's, and again, I'm assuming, very accustomed to me, but just allows me to come in and pick him up. doesn't try to flee, or a better term, run in the other direction. I just pick him up and he's so chill. The light's not really super good in here either, but he's grown quite a bit. But the boa is grown now. He's about 2.5 feet when he's all stretched out, and he's got definitely a lot more girth. He's not a giant pencil anymore, which is a good thing. But so cool. I'm going to try to build him a little branch stand that sits on my desk, my work desk, and so I can come get him out. And he likes to just get on a perch and kind of stay on a perch and just look around. But there's his head. He sheds a lot and is healthy and loves to eat. Back to the mice. The boa would love to get into that mice enclosure. Woo! He would eat every one of those mice in one try. He'd kill himself eating too many mice. All right, here's possibly a better way to see the boa. The downside of having the mice in the main room here is that there's a smell of mice always present. And so I don't want to make the mistake, and he is food motivated. Think my finger looks like a mouse because it's radiating some warmth, and the general smell in the room is mouse. So I want to be careful. I don't want to get bit on video for the first time. But there he is. Gorgeous snake, in my personal opinion. Love the boa. He's definitely gained a lot. My fingers are kind of stubby and fat anyways. Stubby fat fingers. He's definitely getting some more girth and mass, and he really doesn't mind me touching him. As we've kind of gotten longer and he's gotten more used to me, he really just doesn't mind being touched. I got to be careful because of the Tegus. If either Sassy or Mac had contact with this boa, the Tegus would shred him. He would not even stand a chance with against the Tegus. The Tegus would shred him to pieces. So I always got to be careful the snake doesn't get out and doesn't find his way into the presence of one of the Tegus, because I'm telling you, they're guided missiles. Tegus are just insane animals, creatures. When they lock on to something, they're so destructive if they can take that prey down. So they would shred this guy, shake him into pieces. All right, here's a close-up of Mac. I can't get too far away, but he's big. He's a good boy. Oh, he's such a sweet boy. All right, here is Mac on a rare opportunity of him being outside when he's not on my shoulder. I got to be real careful because he gets pretty skittish when he's outside. And he's got to be in the video. As you can see, here's my hand. He's a pretty good sized lizard. Other than that, thanks for viewing. That's just a little bit of more vision into my life with my tegus and my snake. If I said that, words come out kind of funny when you're on video and you can't think of the right word. Making videos is not easy, and that's why a lot of people just view videos and they don't make videos. But there are a lot of critics out there that don't make videos and they just like to be critics. So if they made videos, they would be a lot more understanding to the creators that go out of their way to make videos, and not making big money from this at all. And so that's not my motivation. My motivation is just to make videos for others and document my journey. And that's basically it. I just have fun. I like making videos just in general and editing videos. I find it fun. And so it's just a win-win situation. Other than that, thanks for viewing. Have a great day or a great evening if wherever you are from with different time zones. And look for more future videos. Okay, bye-bye.